This FTX scandal just got wild, as Sam Bankman-Fried seemingly continues his press tour, giving an exclusive to Vox as if he hadn't, as if he didn't just steal billions and billions of dollars in client funds and then lose everything. You see, this Vox reporter was smart. She didn't just release the article, she released the exact DMs. So as SBF was tweeting cryptic messages and apologizing, saying how sorry he is, he'll earn the money back, we now know that that was a bold-faced lie, these DMs occurring at the exact same time. You see, just looking at the company now, FTX isn't quite sure how much money it has or how many people it actually employs, from new CEO John J. Ray. So the books are a disaster, and while they think they kind of know how much money they have left, so far that amounts to around $740 million now being held in their cold storage. But that money may not even be real. You see, Ray notes about half of the $740 million, about $372 million, came from unauthorized transfers that occurred the exact same day FTX filed for bankruptcy, as well as another $300 came from minting $300 worth of FTT tokens after the filing. And it's not just FTX that we're currently getting the post-mortem on. We now know from the bankruptcy filing that Alameda, the sister company, was secretly exempted from FTX's auto-liquidation protocols, literally God mode, meaning FTX would give client funds to Alameda. Alameda could trade those funds without the fear of getting liquidated. In other words, it could play the game without rules. Also, as per the bankruptcy filing, we now know SBF received $1 billion in personal loans from Alameda. And just how big is this contagion starting to get? Just yesterday, crypto exchange Gemini suffered $500 million in rush outflows amid contagion fears. You see, they had to pause withdrawals for a while as Genesis, an institutional OTC crypto lending unit, is having liquidity issues of its own. And most people don't realize just how big of a net Genesis Global Capital cast in the crypto industry. This company was massive. If this is really the end for Genesis, this could be more impactful than FTX. You see, FTX hurt liquid funds and consumers. Genesis impacts nearly every company in crypto. Let's dig in. For those who aren't familiar, Genesis started as the first OTC over-the-counter Bitcoin desk in 2013. They're now crypto's largest lending desk. Genesis is part of DCG Digital Currency Group, Barry Silbert's holding company that owns CoinDesk, Foundry, Genesis, Grayscale, Luno. Digital Currency Group also runs a huge VC firm, so they're connected with everybody. And at the height of the market last year, Genesis was moving size. Check out these Q4 2021 numbers: over $50 billion in loan originations, over $12.5 billion in active loans, as well as huge spot volume and derivatives volume traded. So they were a large part of the market. And then 3AC happened. Genesis was the biggest creditor to 3AC, having lent them a whopping $2.4 billion. Digital Currency Group sort of bailed them out, leaving Genesis then with no outstanding liabilities tied to 3AC. So they took a hit, but then dodged the bigger bullet in a sense. So today, why is the downfall of Genesis so bad? Well, dozens of companies like Gemini use Genesis to help their consumers earn yield. If you're a CeFi platform that offers yield, you probably use Genesis. And if you want some quick math on how this exactly works with a yield, you give your crypto to Gemini. Gemini gives your crypto to Genesis. Genesis lends your crypto to a fund. The fund borrows from Genesis X plus 2%. Genesis gives Gemini X plus 1%, and then Gemini gives you X%. Voila, now you earn yield. Now, this only works if those counterparties that Genesis gives the money to repays Genesis back. If Genesis can't get their crypto back, they can't give the crypto back to Gemini or insert any other crypto CeFi platform, which means Gemini can't give you your crypto. Beyond that, nearly every whale I know that plays in crypto gives money to Genesis. Instead of earning yield on the BlockFis and Geminis of the world, these whales give direct to Genesis to earn yield. Now those institutions, family offices, and whales can't get their crypto back. And this is what it all comes down to. This is why Genesis halting withdrawals is so bad. They sit at the direct center of the crypto capital markets. They custody funds. They help institutions earn yield. And they are yield products for CeFi platforms. This is not good. So this is an ongoing story with Genesis. They were the biggest BTC over-the-counter desk and lender in crypto. And while the industry tries to heal right now, Sam Bankman-Fried is lying to you, and I can prove it. This is truly wild. Vox Media directly asks Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX, is the ethics stuff that you're tweeting about mostly a front? Sam answers, yeah. I mean, that's not all of it, but it's a lot. So as he tweets out platitudes and apologies, here are the DMs he was sending that Vox reporter. This is the reporter. So the ethics stuff that you tweet out, mostly a front? People will like you if you win and hate you if you lose, and that's how it all really works? Yeah, meaning it is a front. I mean, not all of it, but it's a lot. The worst quadrant you can be in is sketchy plus lose. The best is win plus question mark. Clean plus lose is bad, but not terrible. So he's saying that he lost, but he doesn't want to be sketchy and lose, so he wants his persona in the public to be clean plus lose. That's the best option. The reporter continues with flattery. You were really good at talking about ethics for somebody who kind of saw it all as a game with winners and losers. Yeah, hee. I had to be. It's what reputations are made of to some extent. I feel bad for those who got effed by it. By this dumb game we woke Westerners play where we say all the right shibboleths and so everybody likes us. SBF admitting that this is all sort of a game to him and he's just trying to increase his reputation even though he thinks it's all BS. The reporter continues by questioning him on customer deposits. You tweeted out some stuff like, FTX never invested your customers' deposits. That was BS, right? It was factually accurate. Huh? But like, their deposits were totally not there. Or do you just mean, technically, it was Alameda? FTX, correct. So basically, it's just wordplay, all semantics, SBF saying, well, it wasn't the customer's deposits anymore once we gave it to Alameda. So FTX technically wasn't gambling with customers' money. FTX just loaned their money to Alameda, and it was Alameda who gambled their money and lost it. And you didn't realize it was a big deal because you didn't realize how much money it was? Yeah, and thought Alameda had enough collateral to reasonably cover it. And finally, if you hold crypto, the final DM I want to share with you, this one is Psycho. Sam Bankman-Fried admits he's a liar and admits he still sees himself as a hero. The reporter says, I was trying to figure out, like, if that was kind of the PR off-the-cuff answer you gave. SBF says, man, all the dumb shit I said, it's not true, not really. Yeah, I thought it might not be. Everyone goes around pretending that perception reflects reality. It doesn't. Some of this decade's greatest heroes will never be known, and some of its most beloved people are basically shams. So you kind of don't believe in, like, doing unethical crap as anything other than a judgment we bestow upon the losers? A month ago, CZ was a walking example of don't do unethical crap or your money is worthless. Now he's a hero. Is it because he's virtuous or because he has the bigger balance sheet? And so he won. Well, I can see why you didn't give that answer in interviews. Heh. In summation, what these SBF chat logs can all be condensed into: A, his public persona was an act. B, the means justify the end. Best to be dishonest but win. C, doing sketchy things is okay. D, he had been using customer funds for a long time. And E, it wasn't quite lending them out. Also, CZ of Binance on CNBC International this morning calling SBF a psychopath.
Sam tweeted, at some point I might have more to say about a particular sparring partner, so to speak, but you know, glass houses. So for now, all I say is, well played, you won. Can you respond to that?
I think only a psychopath can write that tweet. All right, I'll explain why. Number one is, he never told me I was his sparring partner. I'm actually not sure if that tweet is even tweeted at me or us. We're not sure.
Who else would it be?
we can imply, well, we can guess. But
this is an ongoing story, so the minute I get new information, I will keep you updated. By the way, my brother and I will be at the Bitcoin Conference 2023, the largest crypto conference in existence, in Miami Beach next year. There's a link down below. Use code ALTCOINDAILY for 10% off. Also, for those of you in Miami, in about a week, my brother and I will be speaking at Decentral. Link down below. Grab your tickets November 28th or 29th. As well as a crypto comedy event called Web3 Is A Joke. There'll be laughing, learning, and linking. My brother and I will be speaking, sort of doing the learning, and there'll be stand-up comedy as well. Link down below. Santa Monica in December. Gonna be awesome. See you tomorrow.